Good morning, afternoon or evening wherever you are. I'm Paul Clark and welcome to my studio. So we're just back from a lovely week teaching in the beautiful hot sunshine in Portugal, but now we're back in the UK. It's looking pretty miserable, but I'm not complaining because I know some of you guys have had it really bad, especially our friends out in the US. So my thoughts are with you. Take care. So, what have I got for you lovely lot today? Well, we're going to be having a go at painting this little girl splashing around in the rain. So, come and join me and we'll paint this step by step together. Okay, so here's the lovely reference photo which I purchased from iStock. And for today's materials, my paper is some Boka for the rough. It's £200, nice and thick, so I won't need stretching, but of course any decent watercolour paper will do. My colours today, and there's quite a few of them, but you really can use any colours you like on this project, but I'm using some cadmium yellow, yellow ochre, alizarin crimson, cadmium orange, burnt sienna, cobalt blue, Payne's grey, sap green, burnt umber, and a touch of dark sateen purple, and just two brushes from my range, number 12 and number 6 round. And here's the pencil drawing, and as always this is free to download from my website, link in the description below. Okay, so I'm starting by masking out with some gooey masking fluid the areas where the splash is. Now, as you can see from the photo, I've actually had her jumping into the puddle rather in midair. Just think it'll add a little bit more effect. Okay, so I'm starting by pre-mixing my colours as I'm working wet in wet for the first washes, so I need to be working quite fast. Off we go! And I'm painting with clean water around the girl, but I'm looking for a vignette style painting today, so I'm not going right up to the edges of the paper. Then straight in with a very wet wash of cobalt blue and a Payne's grey and letting it bleed out towards the edges. And of course splatting is a must with a subject like this. And I'm going to suggest just a little hint of green here, perhaps it's a tree in the distance, and I'm using my normal mix of cadmium yellow and cobalt blue. And for a little extra bit of brightness, I'm dropping a little touch of sap green. And to create a mottled effect, I'm just tapping in a few drops of clean water into the damp wash. So when that's dried, I'm just using clean water again to get a nice soft transition between the puddle and the background. And I'm using all the same colours again. Now, although I haven't painted the girl's boots yet, I'm going to put in their reflection and I'm using some cadmium orange straight in wet in wet. Dry brush on the edge of the puddle here just for a bit of texture. Right, so let's make a start on the little girl, and I'm starting with a pom-pom on her hat just with some clean water and then dropping in a little bit of Payne's grey on the bottom edge for some shadows. Now for her woolly hat, and you can paint this in any colour you like, but I'm starting with a very watery wash of dark sateen purple just to get a base colour down, and then bringing up the value towards the bottom side of the hat. And while this is still wet, I'm just taking a damp clean brush and just lifting out a few of these highlights. Now for her leggings, and I'm going straight in with my number 6 brush with some Payne's Grey. Lifting out here again with a damp brush. And when that first leg is dry, I'm coming back in with a very dark valley for the leg just tucked behind. Now for her raincoat, and you can see it's a very warm yellow, so I'm using cadmium yellow and dropping in a touch of cadmium orange. And for the shadow colour, I'm using a 50-50 mix of the yellow and orange, but also dropping in just a little touch of yellow ochre and some burnt sienna. So let's get this yellow wash down first, using my number 12 brush and a fairly flat wash all over the area where her coat is. And then straight in wet with that shadow colour. And getting those highlights back by drying off my brush and just lifting out. And then coming in with a shadow of colour again with my smaller brush, just for a few little folds in the coat. So now we need to let this totally dry. So it's a perfect time for a short break, and it's got to be a glass of Thunderstruck. So now that's totally dry, I'm coming in again with my number 6 brush for some harder edge shadows and folds. Now I know her boots in the photo are yellow, but I'm going to be using some nice bright orange. But again, you can use any colours. You know, a bright blue would also be quite nice. before you start the second boot, make sure the first one is dry. And here I'm just beefing up the reflection with some wet on dry brush strokes. And for her skin tone here, I've used a 50-50 mix of yellow ochre and alizarin crimson. And for these shadow colours, I've just added in some burnt umber into that skin tone mix. Just trying to keep these little details very simple. Now for the details on her hat, and obviously you want to use a darker version of the colour you've used as the base. And I'm not filling in every single line, just little strokes, little dashes, just to give that illusion of the knitted texture. And just bringing out the shadow here on the pom-pom with some Payne's Grey and a little bit, few more details, few more little shadows. Got to include that little badge on the side of her hat. Now I'm going to be removing that masking fluid. First it has to be totally dry, and just do it very gently because you can, if you're not careful, rip the paper. Now it's removed, you can see that the splashes don't look that natural. Looks a little bit more like she's jumping in some Greek yogurt. So to make them look a little more transparent, I'm dropping in a 50-50 mix of Payne's Grey and Cobalt Blue, and just along the bottom of each blob. Okay, so now it's time for the magic scalpel. Okay, it's just a cheap craft knife, and I'm scratching in a downward direction these fine dot little splashes. You don't have to dig down too deep and damage the paper, it's just scratching off the surface of the paint. And you can see that I'm angling these lines so they're sort of converging towards the centre of the puddle. And next I'm just splashing in with my number 6 brush some little specks of white gouache or acrylic. And finally, using an old stiff acrylic brush, I'm doing the bokeh effect to create those out of focus highlights. Simply wetting the brush, pressing firmly and rotating the bristles a few times, then lifting out with a tissue. Now, I would normally use one of those plastic circle guides for this, but there's a very good reason why I'm not using it today. Can't find it. Anyway, it's one of those effects that you can easily overdo, so just a few will do. All done, and this one in just over 2 hours. Well, I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did, and you'll give it a go. Remember, as always, make it your own, and of course you can paint the little girl in any colours you like. And for those of you who post your pictures on our Facebook group, I look forward to seeing your versions. And of course, please don't forget to like, subscribe if you haven't already, it is free, leave a comment, I do read every single one, can't always reply to them all, and of course I'll look forward to seeing you all again next week for another Watercolour Wednesday. Take care now everyone.